Recording is on. Live streaming is on.
Hey, let's see, make sure. Hey, everybody! Happy Tuesday! Hey, everybody out in YouTube land. I see you. I see you. Bear with me just 1 second. I'm connecting to Facebook as well. We are multi-streaming inside our group and on YouTube and all over the places. We're doing all the fun things. And I just need to make sure that my group members have the right login. There we go. Send them the login. Hello, everybody out in YouTube land. This is the first time that we have. All right. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yes. And we are live everywhere. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube, wherever you're signing in from. Hello, group. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Tuesday strategy, tech tips and strategies, and all the wonderful things. Today, we're going to be talking about networking and whether you're networking correctly, why you want to be concerned with how you're networking, and all of those really fun things. We're networking right now. This is a form of networking, and I'm just going to wait a few seconds to see. Let a few people jump on. Again, I'm going to recap. So this is the first time we've gone live on YouTube as well as inside our group on Facebook. So welcome, YouTubers. Hello, hello. Hey, Wayne, how are you?
Good, you?
The VIPs are coming in. We are live today. Check it out, Wayne. We are like super cool. We've got live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Woohoo!
Nice.
Time. I'm just kidding. And finally figured out. So here's for anybody that's been following along, for all of you people that go back and watch the videos that can't make it to our lives, thank you so much for the support of going back and checking out the videos. So if you've been following along, you know that I'm using this tool that I got off of my favorite website, AppSumo, called Meet Hour, and I've been having these issues with recording, and if you feel like going back and watching the whole saga, you can. So I finally reached out. I got on early today. I had time, so I got on like 15 minutes early, and I'm like trying to figure out this recording, go live at the same time thing. I shit you not, it is literally a toggle button. One toggle button up on it, like put, and I was like, I mean, their tech support team, like, no offense, they've been pretty good, but they sent me like a tech support document that was like 5 pages long. And then they were like, they wanted to jump on a call with me. And I was like, seriously, all you had to do was tell me, click the toggle button that says Meet Hour at the top of the box. That's all I did. And now I'm recording. So we're going to have this nice, high quality recording that we're going to be able to upload. Anyway, super just like words, people. The words are the most important part. Remember when I say this all the time and I beat it like a dead horse into the ground? The words are the most important part. There's a reason for saying that. Anyway, tangent over. I just thought I would share that with you, Wayne, because you've been dealing with the entire saga, and it was super funny. And Kristen was falling out of her chair laughing. Like, there was probably actually tears, because I, like, threw my pen in the air and was like, this is insane. Like, you dog, whatever. So, welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Today, we are talking about networking, and I'm just going to jump right into it. And for those of you that are watching the playback, hello to you too. So networking has been a huge topic lately. If you're a LinkedIn person, or even out on Gary Vee's been talking about it a lot on YouTube, and talking about how to network correctly, right? Like, and people have been asking questions about, like, are you, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why isn't this working for me? Like, what are the top networking mistakes? So I've had people ask me, like, what do you consider the top networking mistakes? And I can tell you right now that I am, as we go through these, you are all feel free to laugh at number one, because the number one top networking mistake is talking too much. Right here. I got it. I understand. So try try to listen more than you're talking. I love to talk about what I'm passionate about, and I am learning and trying to get better at listening more than I'm talking, because listening is a huge strength when you are obviously when you're networking with other people and you want to partner with other people. um, this group, creating a community, if you're looking to get better at networking and grow your business organically, creating a group like this is one of the best ways to do that, because you you get to learn how to do all of these things. Like, my job is to help Wayne and my other VIPers and my other members grow their business, right? Like, that is my job. I'm here for you. So hopefully I'm starting to do a better job. I listen to the problems and wait until you're done talking, until I jump in. So that also, for all of you ADHD or deers out there, we're just going to take a little sidebar on that, because I know that that is a very, very hard thing for those folks that do have ADHD. And if you are in the camp of, like, you don't know if you have ADHD, but you think you do, here's one thing to kind of help you understand whether you're on the neurodiverse train or not. I interrupt a lot, and it's because my brain is so excited. Like, when people are talking about things that I'm very passionate about, I'm just like so excited, and I'm listening, but my brain is like, "Oh, you have to talk right now." And so, one thing that I can say is that no, you still don't need medication. Like, and I'm not, for anyone who's on medication and that works for you, that's fantastic. For those of us who are trying to not do that as adults and try a different route, my suggestion to you is to just be honest with people. I'm extremely upfront and honest. I let people know, Roxy, you go. And there's the dog. She's interrupting. See, even my dog interrupts. I'm gonna shut the door. Hang on. Everybody in my house interrupts. Just be honest with people and upfront with people. So I'm super honest with people when I meet them, when they join my community, when they start working with me, that I have ADHD, and here's the things that you're going to see from me. And it's not because I'm being rude. It's not because so true transparency. And you will find that the people who want to work with you and like your style and like you, because you know your shit and your personality, they don't care about any of that. As long as they're getting what they need from the relationship and you're actually helping them and providing them value, none of that other stuff matters. So I know that was a little bit of a sidebar, but I do know that I also have a group of ADHD people that follow and watch the content. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So that's number one, talking too much. Number two, I don't think this is going to come as a surprise, selling too hard and too fast. Wayne and I are both really big LinkedIn people, and it happens all the time. Like, you accept a friend request and they immediately jump in your inbox and they're like, "Hey, you want to buy this thing?" No, I absolutely don't want to buy that thing, because I don't know anything about you. You don't know anything about me. And so it is fine when, and in fact, I have a really fantastic treat coming up for you the next couple of weeks. I'll just put the teaser out there about how to do this kind of sales prospecting the right way and not be creepy. And I'm actually doing it right now. So in a few weeks, stay tuned for that, because I think I'm going to have some really fantastic resources for you. I'm going through this right now. You can engage with people in genuine conversations, and we're not stupid. Like, if you've been in business long enough, like, no one's stupid. We know what's happening. We know that you're networking. We know that there's a partnership relationship happening. And we know that no one's dumb enough to just think that I'm randomly meeting some person on LinkedIn that I've never met in my entire life just to meet with them. Yeah, sometimes that happens, but we're all smart enough to know that in the end, 2-3 weeks once you've kind of created that relationship, there's either a sales pitch coming or for me, I'm either looking to obviously bring people into the community. I'm looking to offer people done for you services. But the third thing is, and the third and the newest and greatest thing, and this is going to be fantastic for you guys, is affiliates and partners. So I have gone on, and I won't tell you what yet, but there's going to be some fun surprises. I've gone on 2 podcasts now in the last month where people have talked about this community. They want to pick my ADHD brain. They want to know how I have managed to do this and build a successful business with ADHD, all of the things, right? So I'm partnering with them. I'm going on their podcast, getting in front of their audience, and then we're going to start doing the same thing. So we're part of you should think about networking and affiliate marketing and those types of relationships as more than just you want them to buy your services. There's room out there to partner with people who have larger communities that the people that I'm talking about are going to provide you guys really great value. And again, I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but they're going to come on and they're going to do lives with us. And anybody who's in the VIP like Wayne, they're going to get to ask them questions, and it's going to be really freaking cool. So that is just another value add for our community, right? By partnering with these people that have maybe done sales better than Megan has, or maybe there are things, we talk about this all the time, things that you hate to do, or you just know you're not good at doing that, and you know that other people can do it better, faster, stronger. Let them do it and outsource it, or hire them to do it. Or so there's some of those topics that I want to bring to you guys that fit really well into the community we're building. So that's number 2. Selling too hard, too fast, just don't do it. It's slimy, and it's gonna make your brand. It's gonna bring your brand down. It's gonna bring your business down. It's just not worth it. People don't want to be sold to. They just don't, especially right now with the way the economy is. The third one is a controversial one because I have friends all over the place that go both ways. Quality over quantity. Or quantity, sorry, reverse it. Quantity, not quality. So networking isn't a popularity contest, right? So if you create, and I think we wrote that backwards, Kristen. We did. Quality, not quantity. Sorry. Backing that up. We did write that backwards. So see, but again, it's also, you can hear, it's some people believe that just by putting out as much content as possible, valuable, I'm not talking about crap content. I'm talking about, some people believe that if you just crank out a bunch of, content, or you reach out to 1,000 people a day, that's better than reaching out to 50 really good, high quality prospects and networking partners and people that you want to talk to. I am totally the other way. I would rather reach out to 25 to 50 people, 10 people that are going to be beneficial for our brand and our community versus 200 people that maybe I'll actually build, get 5 of them, so I know that is totally ass backwards, and especially in the sales world, and I'm dealing with that right now, that they want you to push out as many connections as possible. Well, that doesn't necessarily, pushing out as many quantity connections is not going to necessarily equal quality contacts and prospects and partners, right? That's pretty, in my opinion, that's how it works. That's why I said that's controversial, because there's a lot of people that believe it should be the other way around. You should be reaching out to as many people as possible, putting your network, or you're putting your offer in front of as many people as possible. Excuse me. And I believe fully, and it's worked for us, that you can put your offer and whatever your services and your stuff in front of people without having to go after people that aren't your right fit, right? And then number 4, this is the biggest mistake that I don't know, probably 90% of people who are trying to build a brand make, and it's not following up. So it's ghosting people. And then it's not necessarily that people, like any of you, are ghosting people on purpose. But the follow up, it's all following up with people is the biggest mistake that people make. They send them messages and they even start conversations. They go back and forth, and then all of a sudden, it just stops. The conversation stops. There's no follow up. There's no automation. There's no. We're gonna get into that in a minute. There's don't just ghost people. Don't like start a conversation and then all of a sudden, or like the worst part is like you'll start a conversation with somebody and you can tell that it's not necessarily like you're not really going to use their services. Maybe they're not going to use yours, but they're still a good networking partner. And then you just stop the conversation and like ignore them and ghost them, or they do the same thing to you. Well, that's just shitty. Like, don't do that. Like, building relationships and meaningful relationships in business is still good. And have, even if that person is never going to buy your services and you're never going to buy their services, they probably know X amount of people. Like, there are people on LinkedIn that I know are never going to buy. Like Dan Maga is a good friend of mine, good networking partner of mine. He actually runs a marketing tech stack company for billion-dollar corporation. He's never going to buy my services. He's never going to join my group. He does not need me to teach him how to automate like low level. He doesn't need that, right? In fact, I learned a lot from him. But he knows smaller businesses, and we already have like an agreement and a partnership. He knows smaller, medium companies that they're not ready for him yet. They're not building, billion-dollar tech stacks that he wants to push to our group, like people who aren't ready for that follow him on LinkedIn. So don't burn those bridges. Don't just stop following up with people, even if you think they're not a good right fit for your services, because they probably are networking with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people that are. And by keeping the relationship open, you're allowing them to refer people to you, which is, if you've been in business long enough, you should know referrals are the best way to get business. In fact, that's how we got probably 50% of our DFY clients is through referrals from other DFY clients. Like, so people who are having us do their marketing tech stack stuff for them, it's because they've been referred by other people. So that's a big one, and focus on that. And so that's all I got. So let's just recap. 1 is talking too much, which I've already done. 2 is selling too hard, too fast. And the genuine conversation thing. And then quality, not quantity. And I know that could go either way. If you are pushing and come back in a few weeks, I might have a different answer for you. And you'll see why. We're going to go over sales in a few weeks when I come back. And then not following up is the big one. That's number 4. So that's it. Those are kind of the top 4 that I see. And when people ask me, those are the top 4 that I give. And I think they're pretty self-explanatory, but feel free, ask questions. That's what we got. What do you think, Wayne? You're on LinkedIn a lot. Do you feel like that happens a lot on LinkedIn these days? I feel like I've been seeing it a lot more.
Yeah, I mean the big thing is you're trying to. You want to, for me, I want to connect with as many people as possible. I mean, I got just a little over 5,000 followers, but a lot of them are like law enforcement and things like that. So, I'm trying to build the other side of it, where I'm trying to get more people that are business related, things of that nature. That way I can move my business in that direction. When it's time, I'll go back to the law enforcement side, because that's where I was for 15 years.
Yep.
But the big thing is it's opening those doors and not immediately throwing something in that messaging saying, hey, why don't you buy this? Or, hey, why don't you do that? I have some people that I get that immediately. And then I have some people that, there's a little bit of dialogue, and then they'll say, hey, we got this
Yeah,
you
you want
know,
to check out this thing? Yeah,
yeah, and
exactly.
do you want it? Or, hey, we've got a free class coming up. Are you interested? And, I try to work them in if I can. My thing is I try not to
Oh,
blast them.
FYI for anybody, that's how Wayne got into this group. We
Yeah,
got him a
yeah,
free workshop and he showed up and we hit it off. We had some great conversation and now he's a VIP. Woohoo!
yep.
Anyway, keep going.
But my thing is if I see an opportunity, I'll throw information out there. But I don't want to do it because the people with everybody gets in mails, and if half of them are trash, they're just going to delete. They're not even going to read it. So you've got to build that relationship up so that you can get to that next.
Exactly. And I feel like LinkedIn has kind of become this, and I think a lot of it is just, it is, I mean, not a newer platform, but it has become more popular in the last couple of years, right? Like it's been the big one for content and pushing yourselves out there. And I think that so many people, and that's why a lot of content that you see on LinkedIn right now is how to build your audience on LinkedIn. So I don't do a lot of that. I focus on stuff that's going to be good for this group. I focus on stuff that's like, different. I mean, I do follow like the Justin Welches of the world and Jasmine Alec and Luke Matthews, and like I follow the big guys. One, because some of them are funny, and it's a good like break in your day to watch some of those guys be funny back and forth, and it's if you really want to watch how to build an audience effectively and network, those are the guys to watch because they've done it. Now they've done it in a way that's different than probably you or I would, but there's a lot of really great people out there that are doing it in a way that makes sense. Those guys don't actually reach out. They don't prospect. I actually had a conversation with Jenna Kusher, and we were going back and forth, and a friend of a friend actually knows her, and she and I had this conversation, and she doesn't actually prospect. She doesn't reach out to people at all through instant messages or anything like that. They come to her, and it's because of how she's networking through her emails and her lives like this. She gets people on lives, so she has actual conversations. I think this has been the best idea we've had yet, being able to talk to you one-on-one, Wayne, and be able to talk to anybody else who like who we've had lives with, or going like live calls and stuff like that. COVID has really changed, and I know that's the word that no one wants to hear still yet anymore. But it's really changed the way people talk to each other, and they don't interact face to face. They interact through a screen, and it's just not the same. But if you have to interact, you should do it where you can actually see people's faces. It's just not the same doing it through a text message or an instant message or a DM or, and I really highly encourage people who are in a space, and Wayne's a good example of this. He's got this great magazine, and he now that networking events are coming back, you should start going to some of those like safety events. Like you should start going to some of those bigger events that like especially the cybersecurity events, the bigger McAfee ones and stuff. They're starting to come back, and those are still really fantastic ways of networking people. And you cannot beat the human emotion of actually interacting with another human person, face to face. You just can't. I mean, we can do this all day long. It's still not going to be the same. So. Oh, it's interesting. I am not a huge salesperson in the fact that I do prospect and sales way different than anybody else I've ever met, because I don't like shoving sales down people's throats. It's just not my, like, if that's the way I have to get people to work with me, then it's not the way I want to work with people. So we'll see. But I joined a networking group and about a month ago. I don't know, Kristen, was a month ago? I don't know, whatever. about a month ago, I think, and it's been going really well. And I told you guys that I would bring it up and fill you in on the journey, and because it's a completely different way of thinking for me. It is a mindset group. It is a big ticket mindset group. You know, like we're talking like $500 million. Like these guys are big, way bigger than I am right now. But the techniques and stuff that they're using, and the techniques and stuff that they're talking about, and the strategies are where I need to be to take this of what we're doing to the next level, and then really help you guys. So this sales stuff that I'm talking about is what I'm going through right now, and in a couple of weeks I'm gonna share it with you. I'm gonna share my journey with you, and we're gonna do it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I'm gonna come live with you, and I'm gonna show you what I did, and we're just gonna rip off the band-aid. I'm gonna like pull up my screen and then show you how it went, because this is, for me, true transparency, this is gonna be the first time that I've actually done like prospecting and sales in a true like sales kind of format, like funnel, and like this is the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to reach this many people a day and do this and that and the other thing. And so we'll see. It's going to be, hopefully my nonchalant way of building a business has been wrong, and this craziness is going to be amazing. And I'm going to come back to you, and there's going to be 500 group members. I don't know. We'll see. One housekeeping thing before I think we're going to say goodbye to the lives and jump back on with just the VIPs. Next week, I am out on vacation. And there will still be some live videos. Or not live videos, but there will be videos posted for you. And anybody who's got questions, you can still ask questions. Kristen and team are still around to answer questions. So more to come there, but there's going to be some fun content. The content obviously will not be live content, but there will still be video content for you to consume at your leisure. The video will be posted live. The video will go up on Facebook on Tuesday at noon, so like our normal noon time. And you guys can watch it back whenever you need to. There will be no office hours. Eventually, in the future, we might just have one of the other girls jump on and do office hours, but so you guys can ask questions. But for now, we're just not doing office hours next week. And then the following Tuesday, I will still be in the car driving. So there will be another recorded video that will go. That is, I have the dates. She told me. The 20th and the 27th. So the videos will still go live at noon, but they will be recorded videos, so you guys can watch at your leisure and don't have to plan on jumping online. Okay, cool. All right, guys. For anybody who is watching live, I'm going to do a quick recap. 4 biggest networking mistakes: talking too much, selling too hard too fast, focusing on quantity and not quality, and then the follow-up, not following up. So those are the 4. It was in the newsletter. If you got the newsletter this morning, you can read that. Watch the playback of the video. I will pop it up into the featured section. And that is all for this fine Tuesday, unless anybody else has questions. I think we're good. You know what? I will drop the newsletter link in there. There we go. I knew it was there somewhere. Drop that into the comments. People want to go read it. There we go. All right, guys. Bye to everybody on YouTube and Facebook. VIPs, stay right here.